Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with a gentleman that has been on the show a couple of times, and I thoroughly enjoy him being here, and that is none other than Lieutenant Jeremy Butler. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Alton. Thank you.
Well, you know, Jeremy, you and I have sat down here a couple of times, but today we want to talk about something that an incident hit our community last week, and it left a lot of people displaced, and thankfully we had no loss of life, though.
Amen. Yes, it was a tough day for our city and our county, all our public safety folks. Yeah, January 13th, when that storm set down, just the areas that were impacted, like Lexington Park, Buck Murphy Road, and again, I can't say enough about LaGrange Fire, Troup County Fire Department, all our officers, the Sheriff's Office. They all played a vital part, including our power guys.
Yes.
We sometimes leave them out, but
That's
think
right.
about what they do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go unnoticed.
It definitely does, and you know, it's such a concerted team effort, and to see the various departments get into action and to act and to make sure that there are individuals that may have been trapped or whatever the case may be, to get them out and get them to safety. And then the other outside agencies, American Red Cross, the local churches, and just community volunteers, all of the above. So we just want to say thank you to everybody. And Jeremy, today I know that, you know, just like there's always the good in every situation, I know that sometimes there are those that want to be overzealous and, you know, over anxious about helping. What will we say to those individuals? Because I know that there's been some of that going on. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, first of all, I would say we appreciate their willingness to get out. And you know, I had phone calls during the storm while I was on the scene, and on Buck Murphy Road particularly, where friends of mine were calling from that they go to church with me, or just people in the community that had chainsaws that wanted to come and help and kind of wanted some direction on things. But I just shared with them outside of that, there was other ways to help, donations, whether it be funding or water or food or, you know, snacks and things like that they could take as we, you know, began to progress into a lot of the churches and people stepping up, you know, ways that they could get things to these people that, you know, are going to be impacted later on within the day once they were able to get out of the area. But yeah, there's so many people in LaGrange. I have found over the years, anytime we have something serious, people come out of the woodworks, and that, to me, that says a lot about our town. It does.
It really does. I mean, you know, I was getting calls over the weekend, how can we help? And you know, you want people to help, but you also want to be able to, when they go, that there is something for them to do.
Right.
And not just kind of be standing idly.
Right. And that's the thing too. There's some hazardous type situations, and you know, when these people aren't quote professionals that don't know some of the ins and outs of electricity or things like that, and being around certain things, you know, I don't want to put them in harm's way, but I'm telling you, they really, over there, particularly on Buck Murphy Road, there were people coming out helping, including our city workers that helped with the cleanup. I mean, those guys were over there within, it seemed like minutes to me, along with our power folks.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Let's just talk about the impact. We know that there was 3 areas that were primarily hit and suffered the most damage. Murphy Road, as you mentioned a couple of times, Lexington Park and Baldwin Park. Approximately how many homes were affected?
Over 100. There was over 100 homes, and of course that's families being displaced and having to find housing and shelter elsewhere. And then, of course, we're having to, the city and other partnerships are going out and assessing the properties, and just ensuring that we, you know, no stones left unturned. We'll make sure we're checking on everybody. So
that's great.
It was well over 100.
Well over 100 homes. You know, that was, and also I think out in the industrial area there was some areas that got affected out in the industrial area as well. Correct?
Yeah, I recall, you know, particularly that day when the 911 stuff started over our radios and all the announcements and warnings that were coming with the storms. You know, it initially was spotted, at least on our end, through 911 out on Saywan, and it was headed towards the industrial park.
Wow.
And you know, we've all probably seen it. If you look at social media, there's some videos that's been shared of some of those areas where the tornado was very visible to our community. I don't know an exact location within our industrial park that was damaged, but I'm sure there were some some random spots that this thing, because it kept going up and down.
Yes, it did. You know,
up and down.
You know, we were here at City Hall on that day, and you know, one of my staff persons had to go out to pick up her baby because the daycare called her, and I was telling you before we came on, it was hailing, and then she drove off, and it just kind of unzipped.
Yep.
You know.
And I know I shared with you earlier, you know, the situation where the young girl was trying to go get her kids out near the Kia plant, and she finds shelter with my dad and my stepmom in their house out in the county, out near West Point. You know, but she realized that, hey, this is not good, and she knocked on the door of complete strangers trying to find shelter. And I'm just glad to see. Again, I know that I'm a little partial to them because they're my family, but that's I'm sure that happened a lot more that we don't even know about.
That's right, absolutely. And you know, in talking about all this, the caring, the giving, you know, the devastation, there is a silver lining behind that cloud of darkness there. And the LaGrange Police Department has taken upon itself to, again, step up and do something that can help the families there. You guys have started an outreach, a GoFundMe account. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, yes, Chief Dagmar reached out to me earlier in the week and wanted to take some action on the front end on behalf of the police department to help folks out. So we created a GoFundMe account. And we set the bar currently at $50,000. Okay. As of yesterday, when I left, we'd only had about $600 come through, but that's really before it was really put out. Okay. And as of last night, we had another $1,000 come in just since last night, since I got off yesterday afternoon. So right now we're a little over $1,600. Okay. But as part of that, our goal is to help those impacted in those areas with housing. Temporary housing as the insurance processes go through and things of that nature, and also with food on our end. Our goal is to do these assistance for like a 5-day process with our local hotels. Okay. I kind of give you some ideas of some that we've currently got people housed at. Was Courtyard, Marriott, Home 2 Suites, Holiday Inn Express, and the Wyndham hotels here in town, already helping house folks of that nature. So as we begin to raise funds, we did create a vetting process that I started yesterday, where we're just verifying IDs, address, the location, to ensure that people do live at those homes. And you know, there's ways we can do that through our utility process. And our goal of that is not to make it a harder process, but to make it value, because it's helping the true people that need it, not people that are you know, out to get money or funding. That's the goal. And, you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, unfortunately there will be individuals, and I'm just praying that we don't have any in our community that will, you know, try to take advantage of a situation that is being set up to help those that are truly in need. Right. Because, you know, I've seen the pictures, and I rode through a couple of the areas that have been affected by it, and to just think that your home was there, and now all of a sudden everything inside your home is scattered to the wind, or whatever the case may be. You know, that's what I've always thought about that, whether it be floods or storms like that. You know, there's a lot of sentimental things that people, you know, family portraits or keepsakes of something, you know, maybe a lost loved one left, you know, gave to you. Right. And you know, you can't get those things back, and just to know that those items are out there somewhere. And people's lives are kind of falling apart around them. And our goal is to help soften that blow to some extent. Yeah, absolutely. How can people get involved with donating, Jeremy? Simply go to our GoFundMe page. It's called LPD Community Outreach Tornado Fund. They can go on there and donate. And again, it's out of the vetting process. Once we have those funds in place, we will begin receiving those applications from people. And in fact, we took some of the actual vetting forms that I created yesterday to some of our local hotels that I named earlier. That way people can pick them up there, fill them out, and get them to us. And myself and Natalie Belcher, who's our social worker, is going to be assisting me with keeping the process flowing. And I'm hoping, within a couple months that people can start going back home, or, if they have to build a new place, or whatever their situation is, that we can, on the front end, just continue to help them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I know that from my department, we're doing everything that we can to make the process as simple and easy for them as far as permits are concerned. We've done assessments of those homes that were affected, and have those numbers, kind of knowing what needs to be done there. So definitely, I know that once again our community is giving as it is caring as it is, and wanting to help. So this is a way that everybody can help. And then I'm sure there will be other opportunities where we can put boots on the ground to kind of help do some of the debris cleanup and things of that nature.
That's right, and I know that's something our community's going to step up, and people are going to be there. Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely. Well, Jeremy, I know that you have a full day ahead of you, so I'm glad that you carved out some time to come on and share this information so that we can get it out to our listening public and definitely see that funding go up. It was $1,600 now. After this airs, you're going to go ahead and get $55,000.
I'm game with that. That'd be perfect. That's
Absolutely.
More people we can help.
Absolutely. Jeremy, always appreciate your time, all that you do for our community, and just your willingness to come on and share this information.
Thank you, Alton, for inviting me today. I'm glad we can share that.
All right. Thank you
so
Jeremy.
much. Yes,
all
sir.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we are joined at the end of our show by Lynne Holle from Visit LaGrange to give us an update on the things that are taking place in and around our community. So we're going to go over to Visit LaGrange and hear all about the wonderful, exciting things taking place. So take it away, Lynne.
Thank you, Alton. Welcome to City Scenes. I'm Lynne Holle from Visit LaGrange, and we're actually in Visit LaGrange today. This week I'm going to be telling you about all the events that will be going on during the week of January 23rd through January 29th here in LaGrange. So let's get started. Wednesday, January 25th from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m., the University of Georgia Troup County Extension Office will be hosting the first seminar in their 2023 Gardening Seminar Series. Interested in learning and sharing your experience about gardening? Please join us for this fun seminar. These monthly hour-long classes are a fun way to improve your gardening skills and meet other garden enthusiasts. The free event will be taking place at 2168 Pegasus Parkway. Also on Wednesday, January 25th, beginning at 10 a.m. and ending at 5 p.m., join us for the Great Wolf Lodge, Georgia hiring event. Great Wolf Lodge is hiring for food and beverage, aquatics, housekeeping, retail, guest services, and much more. Just to name a few, please go to www.greatwolf.com/job/LA-Grange to see all of the hiring positions that Great Wolf Lodge will be filling. Saturday, January 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. until 4 p.m., head to Hills and Dales Estate for the Gardenless Floral Design Workshop. Who says you need a florist to have beautiful arrangements throughout the year? Hills and Dales floral designer David Brown will teach you insider secrets for turning clippings from your yard and grocery store bouquets into centerpieces so attractive your guests will be dying to know where you got them. Each participant will create a unique arrangement to take home. The workshop fee is $50, which includes supplies and refreshments. Space is limited and pre-registration is required. Members may be registered for workshops upon receipt of the Portico newsletter. Registration for non-members begins Friday, January 20th. Please call 706-882-3242 or email info@hillsanddales.org to register. And finally, on Saturday, January 28th at 7:30 p.m., Pure Life House of Music presents Sweet Tea Trio live, climbing the country music charts. Sweet Tea Trio is an all-female harmony group hailing from the Deep South. They've opened up for legendary acts of all genres, including Bon Jovi and Alabama. The 3 are signed with Vector Management and Lost Highway Touring and are managed by singer-songwriter, rapper, and producer Kid Rock. All meeting through a mutual vocal coach in Alabama, Kate Falcon from Southside, Victoria Camp from Tuscaloosa, and Charity Bowden from Hope Hull are the 3 ladies who make up Sweet Tea Trio. Together, their music has no limit. This will be a sold-out concert, so don't forget to purchase your tickets early. Tickets can be purchased at www.purelifalagrange.com/tickets-1. Pure Life House of Music is located at 206 Clark Street, LaGrange, Georgia. Alton, those are a few of the events that will be going on during the week of January 23rd through January 29th here in LaGrange. We hope everybody gets out, has a great week, and stay safe.
We want to thank Lynne for giving us an update on all the things that will be taking place in and around our downtown LaGrange area over the next coming days. Hope that you get out and enjoy all those happenings. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining for City Week this week. My guests have been from the LaGrange Police Department. I had on Lieutenant Jeremy Butler, who gave us an update on the storm that took place on Friday the 13th here in our community, and a way that you all can get involved by patronizing the GoFundMe account, the LaGrange Outreach Tornado Fund. Just give him a call there at the LaGrange Police Department or go on their webpage and make a contribution to the GoFundMe. I'm sure that the victims and all of those that are assisting would greatly appreciate your efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed my interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.